Hello crafters and welcome to Spring into Sandown online craft show brought to you by From Picture to Page and Beyond Paper Craft Shows. Now I'm your host Michelle Brown, Creative Director of From Picture to Page, which is our scrapbooking, mixed media art and paper crafting community, and we're so excited that you can join us for this session. Now, Spring into Sandown has had 28 demonstrations across the last 3 days. So for all the details and to get in touch with our talented retailers, head over to our website from picture to page and beyond.com.au where you can see all the programs. If there's anything you thought, I wanted to see that and I missed it, or what was it about, that's the place to find it. Plus, that's the best gateway to all of our retailers, all in the one place. And while you're there, make sure you're on our email list so we can send you out all the updates, let you know when the replays are available on YouTube, and of course, hopefully very soon, send out our program for 2022 so we can get our planners and calendars marked. Now, whether you are watching here on Facebook or replay on Facebook or YouTube, let us know you're here, just like Em and Florina and Christine have done. Pop in the comments, say hi, ask any questions, and we will do our very best to answer them as we go along. So today we are very excited that we are going to spring into Sandown with Dannii, I should say, from Crafters Cupboard. Hi, Dannii.
Hi, Michelle. Thanks for having me.
You are most welcome. It's lovely to have you here. Now, we've decided we're going to jump straight into the demonstration and then we'll have a chat at the end. So I'll hand it over to you.
Fabulous.
And you can take it away.
Thank you. Thanks, Michelle. I'm really excited to be here. So today I'm demonstrating some cards. I've got this beautiful little box card that we're going to assemble today for you. And we're using the Zinski stamp sets. These are from Paper Artsy and they're red rubber. So most of the sets come with either 6 or 7 little stamps on them. And how cute are these little dash hounds? They're just so awesome. So I couldn't resist them, and obviously the little cards sort of come to mind for them. So we've got these little sausage dogs, little mince pies, and little Christmas puddings here, and there's got some little sayings. So these are super cute and really good quality. Zinski has been one of the top designers for Paper Artsy for many, many years. So I'll just pop these aside and I'll show you quickly some of these samples that I've made. So this one here, a cute little puppy with a little one of those little springies on
what
there.
A great idea.
And I've just sort of stuck some little sequins on here. I've used Paper Artsy paint. I'll just quickly show you. I've just used a bit of cardstock and I've sprayed some paint onto a piece of cardstock, just roughly, and then stamped directly onto the cardstock. And then we're fussy cut him out. So that's how we've gotten this quick colouring. I wanted to show you that you don't have to have, expensive alcohol markers. And I've just used coloured pencils here. So I've just used Prismas, but you could use any mediums at all to colour your little images in.
And Dannii, have you added something onto the eyes? They look a bit...
Oh, yes, I did put some dimensional on there as well. Yeah. So, yeah, that just gives him that little eye sort of look as well.
Yeah, it makes them a bit reflective.
Yeah. So this one is with the little mince pies. And again, everything is done in coloured pencil. So, you can use your supplies. You could do them in watercolour or pastels or whatever you may have. But simple pencils does a beautiful job as well. And just a bit of glitter paper, and then I've just used some distress oxides in the background just on a cardstock. And then they've all been fussy cut out. So really super cute. Another one with a little wood element and the same dog again from that set, and again just some distress oxide. So very easy.
Oh, merry, happy, you little sausage. That's cute.
Little sausage, isn't that gorgeous? And this one here, I've just sort of made a bit of a Christmas tree from the little stamped puddings and fussy cut them all out. Got a little bit of dimension on the little stars and stuff and on his little eye, but very simple card again. So super, super simple there. And this one I just adore. It's sort of a little bit like a star card. and opens up.
Ah.
And so we've got the little sausage dog and the little mince pies there. And so just something a little bit more novel if you wanted to give a really special card to someone. And then, of course, concertina's back down and you just tie it up. So that's a super cute one as well.
Yeah.
So starting with the box card, I'm just using a pre-scored card, which you can buy from most of the craft stores, but I will put the card measurements up. So if you want to just do it from your A4, I'll have them in the comments later after this demonstration so people can make their own box card. But I just thought, just for the quickness of this, I'll just use a pre-scored one. So just going to score or fold on those score lines and just give it a quick crease to make sure that it all works well.
It's so great seeing demos for this sorts of cards because when you see it, it looks so complex. But when you see it step through, you go, okay, I can see how that comes together.
They're super, super easy once you know how to. And you just need someone to show you, don't you?
That's what we're all about.
So that's the simple card. So you can see that you could make this up really easy by yourself. You don't really need to buy pre-scored ones, but you know, for those people that are time poor, then you can buy packets of pre-scored. I've had this packet in my stash for a long time. I actually think it come from Scrap to Relax.
Oh, okay.
From when I used to work there many years ago.
And Dannii, Helen was just asking, do you know if there's any poodle stamps from the Zinski range?
I don't believe so. This set was just sausage dogs.
Right.
But Zinski have a lot of really cute little novel things, so I could be wrong.
Yeah.
If Jennifer's online, I'm sure she'll...
Jennifer or Olivia's there,
Olivia,
so perhaps they can answer.
So I'm sure that one of those will answer if I'm wrong.
I've got a funny feeling I've seen a poodle.
Yeah, now that you say it, I actually think there may be a poodle, but yeah, one of those will answer, I'm sure. Now I'm just using some pink Distress Oxide. This is the flamingo one that was released a little while ago. And I'm just going to go quickly around the edges of my card just to give a pop of colour so that when I put my design paper on, I've just got that contrast. So I'm just sponging a little bit of ink around all the edges and on the scored areas.
So our Crafters Cupboard representative has just said they'll have a quick look and see if there are any poodles.
Yeah, and there's the good thing about Paper Artsy is that they never retire their stamp sets. So something that was made 10, 15 years ago can still be ordered. So even if Crafters Cupboard doesn't have it in stock, they can get it in for you, which is just, you know, fabulous. Not many companies do that. They retire the stamps very quickly and then, you know, you're forever hunting down a stamp set that was only released 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, and that's certainly some of the benefits of these smaller companies that make their own stamps. They've always got them there. I think Darkroom Door's similar. They never retire anything. They will always make it for
actually, I do remember that. Yeah, Darkroom Door doesn't retire their stamps either, which is great because, you know, we fall in love with stamp sets and sometimes you just have to have them.
And
especially if you see someone demoing
exactly, and we fall back in love with, you know, everything's old is new again. So
exactly,
and maybe at the time we couldn't quite afford it, or we had other priorities, and it's like now we can. Let's go back and find them.
Yeah, and Crafters Cupboards stamp sets are quite reasonable. The plates are $41.95, and there's usually 6 to 8 stamps in a plate. So,
and like you said, they're the red rubber, the cling mounts. They're really good.
Very good quality red rubber. So, you know, I've got stamp sets that I bought years and years ago that are still just really fabulous. I can't complain about Paper Artsy stamps. So that's just edged right around there now. And I've just cut up some designer paper to fit into those little pieces. So just pull that out. And I'm just going to quickly use a glue stick to glue my design paper down into the little areas. Again, this is just the way that I like to do it. Oh, that's the wrong one. So you can use tape if that's what your preference, or white glue, or I just find I like glue stick. Works for me, so that's what I use.
Yeah, I don't think the humble glue stick gets enough credit in craft circles.
No, it doesn't. Oh, keep wanting to use that piece, and I don't think that's cut right.
Now, Leanne did just ask who made the sausage dog stamps. Leanne, they're by Paper Artsy, and the designer is Zinski.
And if you pop onto the Crafters Cupboard website under Zinski, it's all categorized. You'll be able to find them fairly quickly. And if we do have a rush on them and they sell out, then just pop Jennifer or Olivia a quick email and let them know that that's what you're after, and they'll be able to order that in. They're getting Paper Artsy orders in quite frequently. So don't despair if it runs out. Okay, so just quickly popping those in. And I've just used this designer paper, is just something that came with a magazine. You get those little bundles on there, free bundles. So everyone's got Christmas paper hoarded somewhere.
Oh, that's a good idea, because you don't always know what to do with them.
Yeah, exactly. So I just went through my stash because we've got tons of paper, haven't we?
No.
I think they will be burying me with my paper.
Well, I always said that I could just take it all to the nursing home, and I'll be there with all my art journals and all my colouring pencils, and just sitting in my room colouring in.
Happy as.
Yep, exactly. Just don't take my coloured pencils from me and we'll be fine.
Exactly. We can get away with colour pencils for just about everything. They're a good investment for us crafters, because you can take them away with you and they're easy to store in your luggage.
Yeah, you're not worried about them leaking or...
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I love my alcohol markers, but I just thought not every crafter has got the luxury of those, so I'll just colour these in with pencils and show you that you can still do a beautiful job.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm just going to quickly ink the other side that is going to show, so just the top flaps.
And it's quite effective having the ink edge with the paper on.
Yeah, it just gives a little pop, doesn't it? And it sort of goes with the colour combination that we've got, so...
Mary tells us who dies with the most paper wins. Oh, we might be trying to outdo each other.
So they say. I think my family will just get one of those big industrial bins, and all my craft will go in there.
Oh, well, I've heard of ladies say they have like a phone chain. So if anything happens to them, their husbands know these are the 3 or 4 craft friends that they've got to ring first that will come and sort all the stuff out.
That's a great idea. I'll have to put that into Darren's emergency contacts.
Exactly. In case of emergency, craft friend contacts.
He could probably finish off paying the mortgage. It gets a bit like that, doesn't it? Yeah. I'd hate to think how much I've invested in craft over the years.
Well, that's what we said. The good thing about the online craft show is that just as you go and place that order, you can just go double check what colours you've got or see what else is there. So
yeah, exactly.
We joked somewhere.
You do have a little bit more time, don't you?
Yep, coming home with the same colours you already had because you really liked them.
I hate that. And we all do it.
Oh, exactly. Usually only once or twice. I've yet to get the third of something.
I'm lucky enough that Angus always says to me, as long as I bring it back, I can
Yeah.
change it over for you if it's still in the same wrapper. So
Angus is such an
I've been
important part
fortunate.
of the Crafters Cupboard team.
He absolutely is. I don't think it would function so well without him.
Well, like any good team, we've got the creative people and then we've got the business people and the process people.
Exactly. And we all need that, don't we?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, and just a long strip in the centre, in the inside as well. So that's just come along really quickly.
And it just shows you don't need the thickest card because the time you put all the paper on it, it gives it a bit more rigidity.
Exactly, it gives you that little strength that you need. So, yeah. Oops, and glue that down too straight. That's the beauty of the using glue stick. You've got a little bit more time.
Yes, we did have a discussion of glue versus double-sided tape, and it was about 50-50.
Yeah, I love double-sided tape, but glue stick's just more convenient for me. And it's a personal choice, isn't it? So this one is a finer standard tip bottle. We also have these at Crafters Cupboard, and I've just got it filled with white glue. So I'm just going to run that down the little tab, and that's just a little bit more stronger than obviously the glue stick. And what I love about this is that I can put it, when I can get the top back on, I can put it exactly where I need it.
Yeah, so those bottles come empty and you can put glue or you can put a liquid paint in them, and they're just such a lovely container.
Yeah, exactly. They're great bottles to have. I've actually seen lots of people using them as paint bottles. Haven't tried that myself yet, but they do some beautiful work with it, don't they?
Yeah, with the golden paints, the liquid acrylics.
Yeah, the more fluid paints. Yeah,
the fluid ones. Yeah, please don't put normal acrylic paints in there. I think you'd have trouble getting that.
I think you need to water them down if you're going to do that. Otherwise, yeah. Okay, now I just need my little strips, and I've popped that somewhere.
Okay, so we've got hello to Leanne and to Olivia's watching, and Wendy and
Hello,
Mary
Olivia.
popped on.
So we just need a couple of little strips here. Sorry, I just for a moment there forgot where I popped them.
So strips of card or adhesive?
Yep, so these are just little strips. They're probably a couple of centimetres, and we've just got them scored. So this is where I'm going to stick my little elements onto.
Oh, okay.
So this goes inside the box, and I'm going to use the liquid glue here again.
So do you find it takes sort of much adjustment to get this to work?
Not really. Obviously, the more elements or the bigger the stamped image, then the more consideration, because you want, if you're going to send it in the post, you need it to close. They do fold down. So they fold down fairly flat, but the more elements that you have, obviously the bulkier the envelope is going to be. So you do need to consider that. They're a little bit more fiddly, I suppose, but I think the work in it really is worth the effort. So
yeah, and I guess being square, it helps with that closing because you've got the same length either side.
Yeah, exactly. So I've just, can you see that? I've just popped those little strips in.
We can see that
quite
so
easily.
Sort of about
and that's
a
just
third
where the,
and a third, or a bit closer.
Yeah, and you can obviously pop them wherever you need. I've just sort of got one very close to the front of the card and then one further to the back. And then I've got all my little elements. So I've already stamped all these out, and it's just a matter of sticking them down now. So we've got this cute little Christmas tree.
That's
in
a
the
cute one.
Isn't that cute? And just going to pop that onto the back of the card.
Such a different sort of Christmas tree.
It is, yeah. I think the story is the owner, Leandra, has a sausage dog, and she asked Eleanor Zinski to draw her some sausage dogs because maybe he had a tartan coat or something. And so, yeah, this became a little project for her, which was just too cute. Now, I've just used a little punch, and I've punched some little stars out as well. So I've just used a craft punch for those, but you could use your dies or whatever you had. Little baubles would be cute. Again, just stick that in the back there. Got him little poking out. And then we're going to decorate the little flaps. So we'll stick a little mince pie.
So our Crafters Cupboard rep is telling us that Zinski has llamas, cows, chickens, chooks, birdies, sheep, fish, elephants, mice, cats, no particular breed of dog, sausage dog, rabbits, and quirky characters, but no poodles yet. So we may have to put in an order, a request.
Yeah, I wonder where I've seen a poodle. Maybe it might have been Marlene.
I don't know. I'm thinking too, but I'm wondering if I made it up now.
Yeah, you had me believing. I've seen a poodle stamp somewhere, just don't know where. So I've got little hollies now to stick on. Oops, that's the wrong one. So I've fussy cut these all out, and I've put a little bit of pit pen around the cut lines just so that the white doesn't stand out too much. And then you can just sort of glue them down. This cute little happy eggnog day.
And Lisa Clark is saying yes, she thinks it is Marlene with the poodles.
Yeah, I reckon it is too.
And Sandra says she thinks that Pink Ink Designs may have a poodle. So,
well,
Helen, there's a couple of places to go.
There's there's a few poodles out there.
Mm-hmm. I want a llama one now.
Oh, the llama ones are so cute from Zinski. They really are. And I know that they're in stock at with Crafters Cupboard as well. So more little puddings here. And this set is just so cute. It just makes me smile.
Yeah. And it's nice how you're sort of putting them together as well and creating little scenes or vignettes.
That was sort of the fun of making that diorama sort of card too. Just making little scenes in each of the little circles was great as well. So, oops. Just tuck that in a little. And another little holly.
And someone else, where was it? Lisa was asking, do you know if the box die is available from Crafters Cupboard?
I don't do a great deal of dies. We do have some of Marlene's ones and some of Eleanor's, but I know that there are the box dies out there. But making this actual card is super, super easy. It's just score lines, horizontal and vertical. So I will put the measurements up for people to have a look at. You can do that just with a ruler and a score.
Okay, thanks, Dan.
Score tool, yeah. All right, so now I'm just going to stick in my little pudding, and that's going to go to the front of the card. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down the base there, and we're going to stick that on that little tag that we popped in. So that's going to hold the little pudding in. You can see that just poking out there now.
Fantastic.
And then I've got a little bit of acetate sheet. And so this is what I'm just going to cut a little strip. Sorry about the noise. Let's cut a couple, I think. And this is going to give me the extra height that I need without sort of having all the mechanics showing. So we're going to stick the little sausage dog in now. And I'm going to run that piece of acetate right through his body. And it doesn't matter that it's wider because obviously it's clear. So you're not really going to see that. So I'll just run a little bit of glue.
Oh, what a good idea.
And that will just give because he's been fussy cut out, he's a little bit flimsy. So we'll just stick the acetate down.
And I'm old enough to remember having acetate for overhead projectors. I wish I'd kept some more now.
Well, it's easily found at Officeworks because they still sell all that sort of stuff, overhead projector sheets and transparencies and things like that. So it's still easy to find. And I'm pretty sure that we might have transparencies in stock. So again, I'm sure my little helpers online can let us know who've got that in stock.
So our Crafters Cupboard rep says that they have found Art by Marlene stamp MB50 does have a poodle stamp.
Ah, there you go. And we obviously have that in stock.
Got it in stock, yeah.
We do have a lot of Marlene stamps still in stock. Some of the hard to get ones. So if you're hunting a Marlene stamp, Crafters Cupboard's the place to go. All right. So we'll stick our little poodle in. Just going to trim that a little bit. Pop a little glue on the acetate. And we're just going to use that on the inside. So I'll probably... When do we have enough glue? There you go. So he's just floating there now. Quite cute. And then we'll just pop these little stars in.
Oh, it is quite effective having them just sitting there.
Yeah, they just sort of hover and it just looks really, really cute. So we'll pop this one in the side here. And then there you go.
Oh, wow.
So all done. And you can see once you've got all your little elements, fussy cut, it doesn't take very long, but you get such an effective little card from the box card.
Yeah, and having that one side straight up really gives you that background to build on.
Absolutely. And of course, you can use the back of the card. You can put a little piece of white card down there and you can write your message on there as well, because that's something people often say, well, where do I write my message? So I always put a little piece of white cardstock on there and then I can write my greetings on there. So super, super cute.
Excellent. Now, Dannii, was there other things you were going to show us?
No, that's it. So I can give you a quick look at those samples again.
Yeah, perhaps. And show us the stamps again now that we've seen them in action.
Yeah. So again, this is the little sausage dog here from this stamp set. This one is ZA66. And the little plum puddings comes all in a row of 5. And I'll just fussy cut those out. Nice. Yeah. So that one's quite cute. This is the little sausage card on the little wood embellishment. He pops in with this one here. And so we've just coloured him in that sort of pinkies. And the saying comes from this one here, Merry Happy You, little sausage.
I love that.
Super cute. Again, the mince pies is from that little bonbon, ZA66. And then we've got the little sausage from the ZA67. And this little background, I just have to read this out for you. Dashing through the snow to get some cookie dough, I slipped and slid like Superman and scraped my left elbow. Bells on bobtails ring while I attempt to sing, but I sound just like a hissing cat and they can hear me in Beijing. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Only a few more sleeps until it's Christmas Day. Isn't that cute?
Oh, that is so cute.
And that's the stamp I used on this one here.
Right.
And, of course, the dog out of that one too. So that's ZA67 Zinski. So I had to use that little saying. That was far too cute. And then I've used all the stamp sets in this one. So you've got the little sausage dogs, the male and the female dog in the tartan. And so they face each other.
Oh, lovely.
Like there. And then we've got the little bonbon, the little cute one that's got his little tail out with the mince pies. And then I've just done the mince pies and the puddings in there as well. And of course, on the outside. So that's it. That's
excellent.
The Zinski range for Christmas. Like I said, don't panic if they do sell out quickly. Just pop them an email, let them know that you're after that one, and I'm sure they will be happy to order that in for you.
Excellent. Oh, Dannii, let's try and get you back on camera and then we'll wrap up.
All right. Fabulous. Thank you.
Excellent. Wasn't that lovely just to see such sort of a cute, fun range of stamps? Sometimes I think we do take our crafting just all a little bit too seriously, and it is so nice just to see those that fun range. And of course, it is just such a really lovely way to add that Christmas cheer. So I think Dannii is ready to go. So Dannii, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Excellent. So apart from Crafters Cupboard website, which we've got near this video, where else can people see more of your work?
I am on YouTube, Danielle Scholes, Facebook and Instagram, of course, and I'm on the design team for Scrap FX.
Oh, excellent.
So,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
and Jennifer was showing us your lovely Frida dolls on the other day.
Exactly. That's my first collage paper, so I'm pretty excited about that one.
Yeah, definitely. Are there more coming, or we have to wait and find out?
Hopefully I have had a bit of time to do some more drawings, so I just have to submit them and hopefully Scrap FX likes them, and we'll have some more collage paper coming out.
Oh, good. And some ladies just saying, if you could just put those dimensions on for the cards, that would be great.
I'll be happy to do that for you all.
Excellent.
And I'll put the photos of the samples up as well.
Yeah, that'd be great. Great. So, Dannii, thank you so much for joining us and being part of Crafters Cupboard and Spring into Sandown.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're most
See ya.
welcome. Excellent. Well, we hope you enjoyed that session. And like I said, it's just lovely to see something that's actually quite unique and different. But as Dannii said, once we break it down into those steps, it really does show that we can make some fantastic cards without a lot of fuss. And I think it's one of those things where you could make it more fancy, you could put more layers in, you can keep it simple, you can get the kids to do the colouring in, lots of options. So head over to the Crafters Cupboard website. They've got the full range of Paper Artsy stamps. Like I said, they are beautiful, high quality stamps, and they've got some fantastic designers with them as well. So go and check them out. Follow them on Facebook. And thank you so much for joining us with this session today. As always, any questions, pop them in the comments and we'll get the Crafters Cupboard team and Dannii to follow those up. And we look forward to seeing you again soon. So this is Michelle signing off. We hope you have a crafty day.